Thomas Bishop. We got the angry nerd IT. No, actually, it's angry IT nerd.
Angry IT nerd.
And I'm going. In matter of fact, we're about to do an interview with these two cats right here. And the first question I'm going to fucking ask is why you are angry and you work in IT.
Man,
yes.
Look here. If you're not angry,
explain that.
Listen to me. If you're in IT and you're not angry, you're not doing it right.
You're not doing your job.
You're not doing it right.
I agree.
Okay, so I work with the IT folks, at my job, and it's like you guys get the baddest reputation of being straight assholes. It's like, can you sit here and can you explain this to me again? No, I don't have that type of time. And y'all, no. Y'all do this in the calmest voice. Like, so you do this and you do this and you do this. And, if you have any questions, you can just come over and you can call me. I'm just like, fucking asshole,
Oh, yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, so
many of us are dead inside. So that's why you get the calm voice and
dead inside.
Yes,
dead inside. You just stop caring after a while.
Because after a while,
dead inside.
Because
I've known this man for 4 years. He has never referred to himself as some of us are just dead.
Wait, is Selena Vega on TikTok?
Yes, Selena is on. So is
her husband Malachi.
Malachi Black is on there.
Selena Vega got like a blue and a red and a yellow heart or a white heart because she is on my live right now. Oh my god! What the fuck?
Really?
Hey, Selena, what's happening? Hey,
what's up?
Hey, tell Malachi, it would be perfectly okay for him to come on to Heels for Life or Superplex Party because I personally,
absolutely.
I loved Black Mass.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking kick that Malachi or Alistair, whatever you want to call him, that and Andrade's fucking back elbow was my two favorite fucking.
He lift you up with his foot.
With his foot, and you just go.
Oh my god, that is a beautiful move.
They need to listen. Hey, AEW, I know some of y'all over there listening. Y'all need to let that man cook. Let him kick people in the face.
Yes, please. Sir.
That's what's missing. The House of Black ain't got no black mass in it. Let that man kick people in the face. And I'm just saying. Look, that's why Andrade wasn't working there because they wasn't letting him put that fucking
Andrade got lazy. Andrade got lazy. He was like, listen, I don't want to work. I don't want to do this. That was Miro's problem. Miro did not feel like working. He thought that this was Rusev Day. I said, nope, nigga, wrong company.
He just asked for his release.
I think
Miro going nowhere. Miro better stay his ass. Where you going? Back to fucking.
So last we heard from Miro, he went to like Romania or
to talk to God or some shit.
Not Romania. Okay.
Like, you know what?
Or Bulgaria, Romania, wherever he's from.
Romania,
I forget where he's from.
I know what you meant, angry.
A place where a lot of Russian and white people are. That's where his ass is at.
But everybody, in about 3 minutes, we are going to go live. Ziggy, 6 minutes.
Yeah, we have 6 minutes left. We're currently live right now on the pre-show.
Okay.
We got Tone in the comments. We got Willis. So we got some people filing in. Definitely appreciate y'all. Once again, we got the Bishop, Thomas the Bishop over here with us. We got
y'all hear this shit in the background. Okay.
Y'all make sure to tap in with them as well.
Donnie, what's up?
Yeah, we're gonna get this thing kicked off in a few minutes, y'all. We're just giving y'all a chance to get the notifications. Go ahead, get your water. Go ahead, take a shit, whatever you gotta do. Go ahead, get ready.
Oh my God, so vulgar.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta take a shit.
I mean, sometimes get it done sometimes you gotta take a shit.
Sometimes you gotta take a shit.
And sometimes I have to take a shit on some of you wrestling fans too. But anyway, listen. If you motherfuckers want to hear this great fucking content, shut up. If you motherfuckers want to hear some great content this evening, all you have to do is subscribe on #Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast on YouTube, please, tonight. Yes, right now, because in 3 minutes, we are going to cut you motherfuckers off, and we're going to go ahead with this interview.
Not cut them off.
#Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. live in 3 minutes because we can cut you motherfuckers off, and then we're gonna focus on YouTube. All right, cool.
Hey, listen, that fucking Queen of Villains.
Yeah, he was telling me about that, Chris.
You know what?
Queen of Villains over on Netflix. I'm telling you right now, that shit is the shit. That shit is the motherfucking shit.
I don't think I ever watched.
I gotta watch that there.
Yeah, I never watched. I mean, I'm too poor to get Netflix.
The fuck? Huh?
Don't do that, Thomas.
Well, okay, but
people. So let's see. Look here, Thomas. Not all of us can afford Max, and not all of us can afford.
Indeed,
not all of us can afford that. Not all of us can afford that nice fancy shit you got.
Well, because what you can do is you can always, donate to my Negro Trust Fund. I mean, you can always.
I'm just saying, that is not a wrestling thing. That's just me having like a fucking wife that likes dragons and shit. Oh shit, my fault. What y'all want me to do?
Bro,
I got nothing. I got nothing, man.
Wait a minute. All this time I had y'all on mute. Oh, fuck me. Okay. First of all,
oh god.
You hate to see it.
Now you gotta do that.
Zelina Vega. So technically when Zelina Vega came in,
you was
muted. Shit.
You was muted. You didn't get a chance to talk to Zelina Vega?
Shut up. Okay. So anyway, everybody. So all right. So Zelina Vega just came in here, but I don't think she heard me because my microphone was muted. So I am very pissed the fuck off now. So I guess I'm just gonna have to tell you guys again that right now we're doing a collaboration with the Superplex podcast.
Superplex party.
Huh?
Superplex party.
Yes.
Superplex party.
Everybody get a superplex.
With my boy, Thomas the Villain Bishop. Oh yes, that's my also the Angry IT Nerd. So everybody, if you guys could please come to YouTube, go to #HealsForLife Wrestling Podcast, subscribe right now because this is going to be a very interesting podcast. Yes. And if you guys do miss out, you can always just go back and you can go back to the rerun.
Yeah, you can watch it on replay once the live is done.
Correct.
But please make sure to follow these guys. Their contact info, their social medias are on the bottom right of the screen.
Yes.
Please go ahead and show them some love. Let them know that we sent y'all and engage with their content. They got a lot that's going on within their individual platforms and collaboratively, and we're going to dive into that in a few minutes.
Yes, so we're cutting you humans off. We'll do the cookout after the show. Just probably give me about 30 minutes to, just come back to life again. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. So remember, we're on YouTube, #HealsForLife Wrestling Podcast, and we're going live now. Thank you. Bye. Okay. All right, cool.
All right.
Focused.
All right.
Yeah, wrong one.
I know. Thank you. Appreciate it. I've been.
Sweet around here is all kosher. Trash, bro.
I know what you're thinking. What a great team. And it's been Heels for Life since 2018. Let them feel that heel heat. Heels for Life the club, yeah, it's too sweet. Big boots, we put heels to face. We are Heels for Life, everybody's great. We're at the SmackDown Hotel having a cook.
What's going on, wrestling true believers? It's a great day in Sydney. You know, after I had that cold, I can't say that shit anymore. But anyway, Ziggy, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, bro. How are you doing over there, bro? What's going on?
I'm fine, but bro, we missing something. Why the hell this sounds like a like this is supposed to be a celebration, bitch? Where the music?
Oh, the music. I got you. Hold on.
Yeah,
what kind of music you want? You want hip hop? What you want? Lo-fi? What you got, bro? I got you.
So I feel that this is going to be a crazy podcast. So how about let's do some jazz.
Yeah. Got you. Say less, bro.
Let's do some jazz.
Asking you shall receive. I'm from New Orleans. Jazz music is right up my alley. I got you.
Can't say that about your Saints.
We starting on a good foot. We doing good. I'm gonna stop you right
there. I'm sorry. Okay, let's continue. Everybody, remember to subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms if you guys could. Our last show almost did about 400 views.
Crazy.
Which is actually insane. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys for following us, liking us, also following us on TikTok where we do the cookouts, wrestling spaces. We do that daily. But tonight, everyone, we have two special guests. We have Thomas Bishop, the villain, God. The Angry IT Nerd, which is his partner in crime. We are going to drill these men with questions before we get into the wrestling aspect, and I want to let both of them know, especially Thomas. I am a big fan of you. Thank you and IT for bringing me on your podcast and doing a collaboration episode, and I wanted to return the favor. Cool. This is a podcast. This is the episode where we want to give you your flowers, because I know that, you know, Thomas, he says that, you know, he's all about the message. He doesn't really care about the followers. This man has 1 million followers on TikTok. And the thing is, like, I love his humbleness. I love his work. I love how he get the message out, especially in these political spaces, because that's actually where I met him from. And then ever since then, he found out I was a wrestling fan, found out he was a wrestling fan, and we've been bros ever since. And then I met IT maybe about a couple weeks ago when we did the collaboration episode, and I just love these two. So shout out to them. Let's give them their horns.
Give them some.
Are you really doing that? Are you really doing that?
Oh, my bad.
Nigga.
I'm sorry.
Thank you kindly.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you is a fucking mess. Okay.
I am a baby face on the heel show, sir. I'm here to balance things out. You ready to bring on our guest of honor?
Without further ado, please welcome the two most controversial Negroes of all of TikTok and all of social media, Thomas Bishop and Angry IT Nerd from the Superplex.
Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Superplex Party crew. My name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the villain. I'm one half of the World Tag Team Champions of Talking Wrestling Shit, and my tag team partner is...
Say his name and he appears. Say hello to Angry.
We do it that way so that, like, Joe Hendry doesn't sue us. We have to do it that way because if we ever tried to, like, alter them lyrics, I'm afraid of that little British man coming after us.
He did submit the trademark, I think, sometime recently too.
Listen,
seeing as how only one of us is broke.
Hey, yo, both of us is broke. The hell you talking about? Dog, we do a wrestling show on a wing and a prayer. The hell are you talking about? One of us is broke. You got your rabbit ass money. Neither one of us got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out.
That's not what I heard, but thank you for your
listen. Hey,
right.
Do not let access to HBO Max fool you. All right.
But definitely, we definitely appreciate them for joining us. If y'all see on the bottom right of the screen, make sure y'all tap in with these two gentlemen here to my right at Thomas_the_villain_Bishop on TikTok and at Angry IT Nerd on TikTok as well. Go ahead and tap in. They're posting things daily for your entertainment and educational purposes and pleasure. And make sure y'all tell them that we sent y'all, man. Definitely appreciate y'all once again for joining us on the platform this afternoon, this evening.
Hey, Ziggy, Chris, thank y'all for having us. We do this like because of the love of wrestling. We don't give a shit about none of that. We love, and we will go anywhere because Angry's ass is always like, hey man, you think we really did try to get CM Punk on our show. We did.
What happened with that?
Yeah.
We got up to $100. We got up to whole $100.
The thing is that we didn't
sweeten the pot enough.
Well, we didn't sweeten the pot, and then not only that is that because we're bad at social media.
We're horrible.
So honestly, I don't think that it even registered onto CM Punk's radar. Anyway.
And when we first started, the very first episode of Superplex Party, between the two of us, we had exactly $35. And we were like, we were trying to incentivize it. We was like, okay.
It started out as a joke. And then it just kind of...
It snowballed.
It got a life on its own.
We was dead serious about
our podcast.
Dog, we was like, Angry was like, I'll make you a 3D thing.
So I was going to make a 3D statue of him.
I was literally gonna buy him a case of Pepsi, and we was gonna offer him $100. And this was when he was out of AEW. He was like, "Dog, you can talk about anything
fresh
you
out
want."
Fresh out of AEW, just before WWE, he came back to WWE. Right in that time period.
Wow.
There was not everybody else was incredibly happy. Angry and myself, we were heartbroken because we realized there's no way in hell we're done.
As soon as we heard.
Listen, we were done. I have a video of the reaction that both of us had, and we even said it's like we are never getting him on Superplex Party.
So
and one of our guests, the Bohemian Diva, who we really need to bring her ass back on there. She said, "Not for $76." I got the videos on. The video was on my TikTok page.
Oh my god, yeah,
we was live streaming. We was like, "Holy shit! Wait, he's back!" And we were like, "He ain't coming."
Yeah, as soon as we marked out, it's like, "Oh my god, CM Punk!" And
it was Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and us. We was just disappointed.
He was like, "Oh shit."
I felt Seth Rollins' pain, and I think Angry felt Drew's. Drew's just left. Seth Rollins was all mad. I was like, "Why didn't you come on Superplex Party? We was gonna get you Pepsi."
I was like, Drew. I was just
fuck it.
This guy, this fucking guy.
We was done, man.
Dang.
It was a wrap, man. We couldn't do it, man. We was done.
But tonight, what we're gonna do is we want to get to know the both of you. Tommy, I know about your background, but aside the political, background, and also because you was a Marine, I'm assuming, right?
Army. Sergeant United States, Staff Sergeant United States Army.
So we're going to get into all of that. That may take maybe about 30 minutes to an hour, possibly, between the both of you. But I don't know what you want to start off first. Like, first of all, how did you become a wrestling fan, number one?
I have been a wrestling fan since I was 5, 6. I remember, this is how crazy it is. I remember watching wrestling out of the Kansas City area. This is when Bob Geigel ran the Kansas City territory and the Kansas City, St. Louis, Kansas area. They used to have wrestling in Kansas City, Kansas at the Armory. It was called All-Star Wrestling or something like that. I was a big ass fan of Bulldog Bob Brown. Big, like huge fan of Bulldog Bob Brown. I loved Rufus R. Jones, who is the father of Slick, by the way. Rufus R. Jones, I loved him, but bro man could not talk for shit. Like it was painful to listen to him. All I remember about him saying is poke chops. Like he would call his fists poke. Y'all go back and look at a Rufus R. Jones promo. And y'all go hear, yeah, you ain't ready for the poke chop. And I was like, nobody's ready for their poke chop. And for years I thought that's how you said pork chop. I didn't know it was poke chop. He was poke chop. I remember when Bulldog Bob Brown and Buzz Sawyer had their legendary match. I remember Bulldog Bob Brown and Abdullah the Butcher. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I have to go back and look, I think Bruiser Brody did something to Andre the Giant's leg or some shit. So I started being a fan then. And when we moved to Memphis, the only thing that got me through that raggedy ass year in Memphis was Jerry the King Lawler. Jerry the King Lawler was the only good thing that came out of our time in Memphis. Our dog got poisoned. My dad kept leaving. My mother went crazy because the dog got killed. And there was Jerry the King Lawler. You know, he would talk shit. And I have been a wrestling fan my whole life. Like I grew up on this shit. And when Vince McMahon started his expansion, I didn't like Hulk Hogan.
Fuck Hulk Hogan.
I'm sorry.
It's always fuck Hulk Hogan.
It's always been fuck Hulk Hogan. Like dead ass. I was not a fan of him as a kid. I was not impressed. Here's this white guy coming in with the I'm a real American. I was just telling Ziggy this shit. And I wasn't no fan of that shit. I liked technical wrestlers because that's what I grew up on. Like I remember when Jerry Lawler won the AWA title, he said, "If I don't win the title, I'm gonna retire." And he hit fucking Kurt Hennig with something and won the AWA title. And then you gonna hand me this bleach blonde idiot? I ain't a fan of this fuck. I'm sorry. I was never impressed.
Yeah.
I'm much like Trump. I was never a fan. Never. I was not a fan of Hulk Hogan. Randy Savage, great. The British Bulldogs and the Hart Foundation, I was like 4 no-neck squat white boys. I was like, this is great. I love this. I was not a fan of Hulk Hogan. I wasn't a fan of Ultimate Warrior. It's been fuck Ultimate Warrior since before he died. Indeed. It's fuck him now, and it'll be fuck him before I die. Like, how you feel? Fuck the Ultimate Warrior. So the shit that Vince tried to push, I was not a fan of. Mm-hmm. And it's probably because of all the time that I spent as a kid watching wrestling. I like real wrestling. So it wasn't like one of those things that I had to tell people like, I'm a wrestling fan. Wink, wink. No, I was just, I bought the DX shirt. I didn't like him in blackface, still didn't. Stone Cold Steve Austin appealed to me as a guy with no hair. Like I shaved my hair on purpose. So does he. I was like, cool, works for me. The Rock was funny. Mankind scared the shit out of me the first time because I remember Cactus Jack and shit like that. I was scared as fuck of Mankind. That motherfucker had a rat. I was like, this is a little bit too much.
I thought he was gonna swallow the rat at first.
I thought he was gonna eat it.
Right?
I did. The first time I saw him, he's like, "This is my precious little rat," and I thought, if this motherfucker eats this fucking rat, I'm done with wrestling. Like, I'm dead ass. Like, if he eats this fucking rat, I'm done. I don't want to play no more, mama. I will not ever. I will go read the Bible. I'm not reading it, watching this shit anymore. And then he played with the rat, and he kept playing with it. I was like, I know how wrestling is. If he eats this rat, this is the end of my wrestling journey. I'm sorry. I would have been.
That's what we're different. That's what we're different. I wanted him to eat the rat.
Fuck that. No, I didn't.
I wanted to see it. I wanted to see that.
Now I'm understanding the person that I do the show with. Like, I'm scared of him. I love the Four Horsemen. I love the original. I remember. This is how far back my shit goes. I remember the original Four Horsemen. When Ole and fucking Arn were supposedly Ric Flair's cousins, and they brought in Tully Blanchard because he had his fucking manager was really beautiful, and they brought James J. Dillon. I remember the formation of the Four Horsemen. Like my ultimate, like when you talk about the Four Horsemen, I talk about the originals because the originals was some They were some nasty human beings. They broke Dusty Rhodes' leg. Everybody talks about the Hard Times promo. I watched it live. And I was really impressed because Dusty Rhodes sounded like a black man, but you look like an albino black man. So he was like, the Hard Times, you put the Hard Times on Dusty Rhodes. You don't understand how you do. You put the Hard Times, like people gotta go to the plant to get the Hard Times. I was like, yo, thank you, Dusty. I didn't realize he was a closeted racist. So wrestling has been in my blood. My father hated that I watched wrestling.
Why is that?
Because my father was a truck driver, right? And he did truck driver shit. You know, truck drivers chewed tobacco. Truck drivers smoked cigars. Truck drivers drove trucks. That shit wasn't real. Like, my father's like, you guys ain't really tough. You know, and he would always like watch some other shit. Okay, so listen, it's either cartoons, Godzilla movies, or wrestling, Dad. I'm gonna need you to make up your mind because I'm living in this fantasy. I'm gonna need you to go pay a bill or drive something. My father bought me a horse when I was 7. So this is the
bought you a who?
A horse.
A horse.
I had a horse in the hood. An actual horse. A fucking horse.
Wow.
In the hood. I had a horse.
What? In the hood?
What the
wait.
73rd Lydia in Kansas City, Missouri. Go if you go to 7319 Lydia, there used to be a garage out back. My father put a horse in that garage. I wish I was making this up.
I can't.
My father asked me, what did I want for Christmas? What did I want for my birthday? Because he wasn't gonna be there. So I was like, I don't know. He's like, would you like a horse? I said, yeah. I'm a stupid ass. Dude, I'm in kindergarten. What do you expect? I'm in kindergarten, first grade. Why would you ask a kid this shit? And I went home, and there was a bunch of people from Benjamin Stables there. And I walked in the door. My mother said, go out back. Because my mother was just disappointed. Like,
I would be too. Why the fuck are you living?
I don't know, man. Listen, my father tried to... And I don't even think the horse was for me. I think the horse was for him, like a bragging point.
Obviously.
You know what I mean? Like, you give a little black kid a horse? Why would you do that? In the hood? Like, we kept it in the garage. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. My mother just like, go back. Like, she had this look on her face like, check your ass in the back. Go in the back. So I go in the back. He's like, come to the thing. And I go there, and there's a fucking horse back there. I had to get up every morning to feed that horse hay and apples. Like, every morning. That horse chased the little girl in our neighborhood while I was on the back of it. That was the craziest shit ever happened. But, so, I've been, a wrestling fan my whole life. I like the spectacle. I like technical matches. I love good matches. I can tell you what a dog shit match is. I always thought, to me, the greatest tag team of all time will be the Midnight Express, period. Always. Number 2, followed by the Road Warriors, and probably number 3, the Hart Foundation. But I like wrestling that takes me the fuck out of the chair and makes me go, yeah, this is good. Yeah. I hate bad wrestling, and I'll be the first person to say it. I have enough years of experience to be able to say, hey, that shit was magical. Hey, that shit was dog shit. Why did you put that on the television? I don't want to see that shit no more. Because I've watched this shit. I'm just now getting into Japanese wrestling. Misaharu Misawa dying in the ring, or Kenta Kobashi. Like, Kenta Kobashi just looks like, I can't really describe what I think of when I look at Kenta Kobashi, but the fact that he had a barrel chest and did the burning hammer, I was just like, fuck him. I'm afraid of him. I don't know where he is. Like, Kenta could probably still be out here collecting Social Security, but I'll never meet him. Listen, Kenta Kobashi scares the shit out of me. He does. Mitsuharu Misawa, maybe not. But Kenta, listen, I can't do it. I can't. I'm not fucking with. And I'm just not discovering this dude. This motherfucker was high in the 80s and 90s when I was still in high school and shit. Like, here I am 20-some years, 40-some years later, looking at him going, yeah, I'm good. Want to go talk to Kenta? No.
Okay.
All right.
So you're next.
That was fun.
You're next, Angry.
Because we finally got off of that roller coaster of going from horses and all that.
Hey, Angry, you've known me for 4 years. You know me for 4 years. You never asked me if I had a horse. Never asked.
You never asked.
Well, I didn't know you was a My Little Pony motherfucker.
I didn't know that either because
I swear.
4 years, founding member of the Villains Guild. Never asked me once if I ever had a horse.
So I swear on everything. How would I supposed to know someone like you would be a little My Little Pony motherfucker?
Hey man, all you do is ask. All you do is say, "Hey, what unusual thing happened to you when you were a child?" I'd have been like, "Well,
anyways."
First of all, it wasn't a horse.
First
of all, it wasn't a pony. It was a
horse.
I'm sorry, I didn't say
that's a full ass horse, dog.
Say a little pony horse. It don't matter. Look, we gonna discuss a little bit further on the villains review. Anyways, so my wrestling journey, not quite as event filled as that. I mean, a little bit event filled, but not quite as that. My first original love goes with boxing and MMA and kickboxing. Mm-hmm. My dad loved wrestling. A love for horsemen. He loved, the Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, Dusty Rhodes. He loved all of those guys. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I started watching it about, I would say 4 or 5 years old. Mm-hmm. And I will never forget it because it would be every Sunday. He would be sitting right down in the den, watching wrestling when it came on Sunday mornings. Mm-hmm. And he would have 2 Pepsis. It'd be one that was open and he's already drinking on, and I'll be just waking up, coming down into the den, and he would have one on the table sitting waiting for me. Mm-hmm. So for me, it started out as wrestling being a bonding thing with my dad. Mm. And then after a while of just it being just a bonding thing, then I started getting into it. Mm. And then I started just with Ric Flair. Originally, it all started with Ric Flair. And Ric Flair is the one that truly made me try to gave me that love for wrestling. Mm-hmm. And it all started with, of course, naturally, woo! And then from there, it was just all of his matches, and then it was the technical wrestling, and then it was just the submissions, and then from there, when Vince McMahon, just how what Thomas said, when Vince McMahon, started expanding everything, and going to school, I would always hear about, Hulk Hogan's the best, Hulk Hogan's the greatest, Hulk Hogan, I'm here, Hulk Hogan's the best. Mm-hmm. All right, whatever. And then I get to see Hulk Hogan. Oh, and I'll never forget this shit. Mm. Because it was a SummerSlam. Matter of fact, it was the same SummerSlam where I was introduced to the Ultimate Warrior as well. So I got a double shot of just shit that year. Ooh. And it was WrestleMania 88. And the only reason I remember this is because somebody in the chat told me about this, because it was the Ultimate Warrior against the Honky Tonk Man for the Intercontinental title. Mm-hmm. And the first time when I'm seeing, let me talk about Hulk Hogan and I'll get to Ultimate Warrior. I'm looking at Hulk Hogan comes out and goes, I am already, does all his shit, and all that shit like that. And it was the worst fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. Oh wow! It was the worst goddamn match of my. And again, I'm coming from seeing guys like the Midnight Express, the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Ole Anderson, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, all those guys like that, the Von Erichs, for them having knockdown, drag out fights,
the Freebirds,
yeah, and just to see this goddamn low, this piece of shit just giving a goddamn boot and jumping on a motherfucker, dropping it. What the fuck shit is this? He just lifted his goddamn leg up just for what? Somebody to run his ass into it? Fuck that shit.
But he's the greatest of all time.
Fuck no.
Greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time of wasting everybody's motherfucking time.
Greatest of all time of wasting people money.
Hey, you can
Hulk
say what you
Hogan-
want to
Hulk
about
Hogan.
John Cena's AA, but that's the worst finisher. A boot
No.
to your
The
face
worst fucking finisher. No,
is that Hulk Hogan
is
shit.
that goddamn leg drop.
The leg.
That Hulk Hogan.
The
And
most
that boot.
devastating
Fuck
leg
that
drop
boot.
in the history of leg drops.
Very
Apparently,
devastating.
Fuck that boot.
apparently
Fuck
you
that leg
can't get
drop.
up after that shit. The
Fuck
fuck
Hulk
outta
Hogan.
here.
Clearly,
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
I
So that-
yeah.
And let me
Go
talk about the Ultimate Warrior real quick. And
Oh,
Go ahead.
oh my god, let me describe this whole thing with the Ultimate Warrior. When I saw the Ultimate Warrior come out, because again, at the time, this was my first time seeing Honky Tonk Man 2, and I'm like,
That honky.
fuck it. I'm looking at this motherfucker. I'm like, why? Nothing about that motherfucker. Just I never understood. It did not make sense to me.
Ooh, the Honky
But
Tonk Man?
anyways, the
Oh,
I
the
can't
Honky
stand
Tonk
that.
Man.
I
Listen.
can't stand that bitch. Like I
Listen.
just,
So
I
look,
just
so look,
Neither could
okay,
most of the people
when-
in Wrestle do. The Honky
listen.
Tonk Man was an asshole.
shake, rattle,
Oh,
roll.
listen, when Greg Valentine, when he tagged back Greg Valentine, I met Greg Valentine.
Oh,
Fuck
man,
Greg
crying.
Valentine. I got another story about Greg Valentine.
Fuck Greg.
Fuck him. But
He another
Ultimate
motherfucker,
Warrior.
too.
Let me get back to Ultimate Warrior, because Ultimate Warrior, Jesus fucking Christ, this
Fuck
piece
him.
of shit. So, the first time I hear the music, it goes burn, 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 comes right on out and shoots out. I'm thinking, okay, all right, I'm digging it. You know, here comes guy, ripped up muscle, got tassels, all that shit like that, hair flying, all that shit. You know,
Mhm.
All right.
and I'm like, okay, all right, I'm digging. I'm all right. I'm
Okay.
like it, you know, and shaking the ropes and shit like that. Okay,
You hyped
all
up?
right. And then came the 30 seconds that just wasted at my goddamn life.
Indeed.
Look here, man. Look here.
He's a walk. He's
Say,
fucking.
look, I've had sex longer than that shit.
That's what I'm
Jesus
saying.
fucking Christ.
The
God
Ultimate Warrior.
damn. Ultimate
Ultimate
Warrior is
Warrior-
the goddamn
Now,
worst.
when you had sex longer than 30 minutes, did you have any
No,
Not
baby
I said
30
longer.
30
30
seconds.
seconds.
Oh, 30 seconds. Oh, never
Listen,
mind.
the
Okay,
Ultimate Warrior
Ultimate
is
Warrior
a
in 30
living,
minutes?
breathing-
What the
yeah,
fuck is you talking about?
That's not
I
sex.
mean-
Ultimate Warrior 30 minutes does
listen.
not.
Listen,
Okay.
if the Ultimate Warrior tried to have sex for 30 minutes, I'm just telling you, he'd have died earlier. That heart would have been done. With the amount of steroid needles that was poking out of his ass. If the Ultimate
Yeah,
Warrior trying to do
see,
anything for 30
wow.
minutes, it's a
Right. No. Because, see, I'm looking at it. Because, see, I was looking at it, like, okay, all right. You know, like, and then when that bell rang, that was the worst. I thought Hulk Hogan was bad.
Listen. The Ultimate
look,
Warrior is a
when I-
living,
at that-
breathing,
at that-
walking, talking, 4 pumps and a grind. That's what
Ooh,
you
shit.
Wow.
So look, with that motherfucker, all he did was 2 goddamn clotheslines, picked
It's in
his
the
ass,
splash.
picked Honky Tonk Matt ass up, and then just jumped on him. Fuck
Listen.
shit is that?
I
You
mean,
know,
that's
Bobby the Brain Heenan wants to fuck. Like, hey, if Bobby was still alive and could, he'd have whooped the Ultimate Warrior's ass because Ultimate Warrior fucked up his neck
Oh,
again.
my God.
Like, he
Look,
broke his. He has a
Ultimate
broken vertebra in the back of his neck from a wrestling match,
That's a good point.
and the Warrior literally, Bobby's like, "Don't touch my neck. Don't touch my neck." What's the
And what
fucking
this
first
first,
thing he
and
does?
what's the first thing this stupid jackass does? Grabs his neck.
And dropped him. Didn't even. He's like, he didn't even care. Like, he up.
I mean, but you already
He's
know
like-
that the Warrior was never that bright anyway, so you know.
Yeah.
How the fuck you start out and you think you should be making main event money? Like, you
Oh,
are
yeah,
like,
here.
what did Jim Cornette call him? He's greener than chlorophyll. Like, he was
He's
bad.
bad.
He's
greener-
Look,
he's greener than
he's
Jay
so bad. He's
Cargill.
greener. Oh my god, he's so fucking good. And
and
I
no upside.
hated-
He didn't want to learn.
Oh, I hated Ultimate Warrior.
Fuck that motherfucker.
So look, and then fast forward a few years from seeing that debacle. And then a little tiny promotion opened up called ECW.
Ooh.
Oh, my God, that
Okay.
opened up a whole new world for me. Because
Woo!
here it was, I'm again fresh off of at that time was Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, shit like that.
Mm.
But here I grew up on Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Midnight Express, where they be fighting. And here comes this little promotion of ECW, and the first thing I see is shit tons of chairs and this motherfucker drinking a beer and whacking people with a stick. Oh God! I was in heaven.
Do people?
I was in heaven, and I see this motherfucker.
That is how I view AEW. I'm not going to lie to you, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
I just really want to know: do people that practice karate and martial arts, do they even use kendo sticks anymore? Because the kendo stick is just get a sword, get a fucking sword. Go spend the money, get a katana. If you gonna do it right or don't do it at all. There's a kendo stick. There's people in kendo Japan that are like, if you call that shit,
look at man. Say, look at man. Look. They're just trying to win the title. They're trying to go home with an arm and an extra arm and a leg and shit. They're trying to do that. They're just trying to get a belt.
God damn it!
They're trying to walk out with somebody with a belt and a leg.
Listen, finish the job. God damn it! Finish the motherfucking job. Don't half-ass it. A kendo stick just leaves you with bruise. And bitch, if you gonna swing something with a that used to be a sword, bitch, swing a sword. I can't listen. And ECW almost had me believing that's what they're gonna do. Like, oh shit, they're gonna cut off somebody's arm.
Especially a New Jack.
New Jack was insane.
Oh, New Jack. Oh my God,
he was a murderer for real.
New Jack
for real, yeah.
Listen, New Jack is
and here's the thing, and
so
look at with New Jack. Oh, I loved watching New Jack. Oh, I love watching it, but
I love listening to him. I ain't like watching the wrestling.
His promos were the best. I'm not gonna lie.
New Jack would have been at January 6th talking shit to them white people.
No, fuck New Jack. New Jack would have been live streaming. He was live streaming talking
all
shit.
These crackers out here fighting for motherfuckers. Oh my God.
Yeah.
New Jack would have been like, why
and that's why I love me some New Jack, because he kept that shit real. He was like, man, fuck white folks.
Look, I love watching New Jack. Every time I'd hear the gangster song come. Oh man, New Jack and Mustafa. Oh,
so let me ask you guys this, because it seems like there's a contrast between you two. And I want to kind of get into that ECW aspect that you just mentioned. Why it seemed like we reliving that right now in 2024? And then we're going to go into the content situation. I'll let Ziggy ask you guys that question. Mm-hmm. But for me, you just stated, Angry, that that you didn't like all of this animated shit, in the 80s, but then when you seen this upcoming new promotion called ECW, you fell in love with it. Here in 2024, we have WWE versus AEW. It seems like everybody's still hip to the animated shit, the cinema, if you will. What changed? I mean, because for me, I'm like you. I really identify myself with you, Angry, because like I'm the same way. I love violence. I'm bloodthirsty. I love this shit. But according to some people, AEW is too violent or whatever. But it gives you that ECW feel. But yet some of us want the Attitude Era to come back. But yet you say that you don't want this to come back because it's too violent for you. So can you please explain to me, did people become pussies over the last 25 years, or what's going on?
Angry,
or maybe it's just me. Maybe I just
Angry,
my balls got bigger. I don't know.
I'm just saying. Go ahead, Angry. You want to start this one because I already know why.
I both of y'all. Yeah,
Angry. I'll let you start it because I'm gonna tell you exactly why. I'm gonna go ahead. Go ahead. No, me mute. Go ahead, Angry.
Well, I think with the audiences now, because the audience has changed, because all of us now that grew up during that era with ECW first forming and the Attitude Era, we kind of, at the time was new and it was exciting and it was something different. But over the past 20 years now, we've seen all of, the steel cage matches. We've seen kendo stick after kendo stick and table after table and ladders and chairs and all this other stuff like that. It's just simply because now it's become saturated. And when WWE shifted from the Attitude Era to now starting to do more of the modern era, to be a little bit more back to the PG era and be more not as cartoony in the 90s, but a little bit getting to that kind of cartoonish era to be more family friendly. And I think that's what the audience now is at, because now with all of us, we've grown up and a lot of us now, we have kids and grandkids and they're watching wrestling. And so now, because now we're looking at it through a different lens, because we're older, more mature, now we're wanting to a point, almost protect, not really protect kids from violence, but protect them from seeing it or misunderstanding that, this is just TV. This is not real life. This is TV. These are their performers. This is, this is their job. And this is, this is not, they're not trying to actually kill each other.
But then they have that thing called Call of Duty.
And that's a whole other, conversation.
Whatever.
On that one with video games on that one.
Let me tell you exactly what it is. And I will be dead ass honest with you. Now, 20 something odd years later, I can say with absolute certainty the same thing I said when it was going on. The Attitude Era was fucking horrible. It was atrocious. It was absolutely the fucking worst. I won't say the worst time in wrestling, because I will tell y'all exactly why the PG era existed in the first place. Because Chris Benoit decided to fucking Al-Qaeda his whole family. There, I said. Eddie Guerrero died from an enlarged heart from doing steroids. Okay, we got that. He went. He had a magical. Well, I won't say magical, but he went to his well-earned Hall of Fame, career. Great. Chris Benoit said, "Nah, I'm gonna go because it's time for me to go. I can't be here no more. But I'm gonna take some company. I'm gonna take Nancy and Daniel, two people that had nothing to fuck to do. So you can hate the PG era all you want. The fact of the matter is, how the fuck do you recover after one of your wrestlers decides to take his whole family on a permanent fucking vacation? Well, you dial it back a little. But in hindsight, and I guarantee you, in about 20 years, people will look at the PG era and go, it had to be done. There had to be a reset. Because the fucking Attitude Era was probably one of the worst eras in wrestling. And everybody has mythologized it and turned it into this love fest. It wasn't. I'm sorry. It wasn't. Everybody is mythologizing basically what happens when Vince McMahon gets pushed to have his back against the wall and could possibly lose his grip on fucking wrestling. Because if you notice, Ted Turner, who was also a billionaire and owned he owned CNN. Okay, that was his baby. So he had money to burn. He wanted to get into wrestling. Okay, it's not like we haven't had a territory system before. So Vince was like, all right, go ahead and get into wrestling. But then what did he do? He started taking money, and not money, but he started taking wrestlers the same way Vince did. The first big name he signed was Hulk Hogan. He's like, oh shit, they got Hogan. Hulkamania is now over there. And Randy Savage went over there. It's like, oh shit, the Macho Man's over there. Vince is like, I'm scrambling. I got to try to make new stars, because Vince's whole thing was, I like big jacked up white boys and everybody else has a place. Oh, you're a black wrestler? Guess what? You're either going to be a gangster, Saba Simba, or fucking Ahmed Johnson. Really, really big, can't talk for shit. Sorry, And back in the day, I used to love Ahmed Johnson, but not so much anymore. So Vince had his back against the wall. The NWO happened, and they were putting boot to ass. As you can say whatever you want to about them, but they were new, they were fresh. It was something that had not ever been seen before, and Vince did not know how to react. So what did he do? He took the inspiration from ECW. One of the reasons I like ECW for some of the matches. Sabu versus Chris Benoit, where Chris Benoit broke his neck. He didn't mean to, but he did. Fucking the rise of Taz. Taz was the technical wrestler that I remember. He, he would hit you with 16 different types of suplexes. He could put you in fucking submission moves. He was the shit.
He was that submission technician,
machine,
martial artist.
Yes.
He was that blend that was going into from wrestling into more of an MMA style.
So you got him. You had Eddie Guerrero and fucking Rey Mysterio were doing the high fly luchador shit, which looked fantastic because they actually fucking sold. It wasn't just, I'm going to flip 16 times. Oh, you're going to kick me? I'm not going to sell it. They fucking sold. You can say what you want to about the La Parcas and the Juventud Guerreros, but when they wrestled, yes, they did wrestle the luchador style, but they made it look like it was an actual fucking match. Like they were really in there trying to hurt themselves. Yeah. So what happened?
It was a technical match with flips in it.
With flips and dives.
You had AEW is flips with some technical matches. I mean,
yes. So it's
don't get me wrong. As I like AEW. There's a lot of shit that goes on with it, but for the most part, I do like AEW.
Because you all about the wrestling aspect, right?
Since moment one of us starting Superplex Party, we have sung the praises of Maxwell Jacob Freeman. Because Maxwell Jacob Freeman reminds us he's that perfect blend. Yes, he reminds us. He has the swagger of Roddy Piper. He has the technical skills of a Kurt Hennig or a Ric Flair. He has the mic skills of a young Ric Flair or a young Dusty Rhodes. He is a student of the game, like a Triple H or a Shawn Michaels or a Bret Hart. He is and he's only 20-something fucking years. I think he's, 28?
28.
And this boy, if this kid, or I call him kid because I'm 52, but this kid is the fucking future of wrestling. Hands the fuck down. I love MJF. I will tell you, I will stand on the hill right now and tell you, an MJF match to me means something, because that motherfucker's not going to go out there and give you the crazy dives and the suicides and shit.
Flip after flip.
Yeah,
and then just decide that, I'm going to jump off of this scaffold because
for no reason.
What the fuck? Cool.
So
and I'm not going to jump into this glass because that would be cool too.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not that I dislike AEW. It's not. There are some wrestlers on AEW. I have warmed up a lot to Swerve Strickland. Warmed up a lot to him. I do not like Hangman Page. Sorry, I don't. The more he comes out, the more he looks like Magnum TA. And I'm sorry, Magnum TA for Tibu is just not doing it for him. Because I watched the real, authentic, one of a kind Magnum TA wrestle Tully Blanchard in a fucking cage and just kick every type of ass. Magnum TA was a one of a kind. Hangman Page's, I ordered my Magnum TA from Amazon. Then I washed it in the washer 3 times and put it on a high heat and dried it, and a fucking Hangman Page came out. Sorry, I'm not a fan. I am so 110% not a fan of the Bucks. The fact that Meltzer seems to see the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express in the Young Bucks, you might as well have just came to my house and told me my mom ain't my mom. That's how you get kicked in the throat. Because the Young Bucks, a Young Bucks match to me is predictable. My biggest problem, my biggest problem with everybody that likes the Attitude Era, it was a predictable fucking era. Whatever perverted shit Vince McMahon could think of and get away with, you were going to see it. You were going to fucking see it. Bra and panty match, Of course, he's a perv. Bra and panty match.
Crazy.
Evening gown in the mud. He's a
Yeah.
perv. You're gonna see it. Titties. You're gonna see it. Jerry Lawler, he just disappoints me every time he gets on a microphone. This motherfucker used to be the king of Memphis. He used to have those the brutal, the fucking gloriously brutal match he had with Terry Funk, where he just
reduced down to now to just yelling out puppy.
Puppy! I'm like,
yeah. He's basically Diddy of commentary wrestling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there was nothing fantastic to me about the attitude
baby
era.
oil.
Yeah, just a lot.
Baby
not
oil,
as much
right.
baby oil.
Hey,
exactly.
there's not a wrestler. There's not a wrestling company right now that uses as much baby oil as Diddy. Sorry.
Exactly.
Right,
I can be moist, but I don't need 1,000 like lubricants.
If you buy 1,000,
it's
bottles,
lube plus bottles of baby oil.
baby oil.
Plus.
Shut up.
I just need you to understand, if your ass is going out and buying Astroglide, KY, and baby oil in bulk, people need to follow you, and you need to be on a fucking terrorist watch list.
Well, listen, if you're buying, look, my thing is, if you're buying that, and you're buying that in that amount, and you don't own any kind of shop to sell that shit.
Yeah, somebody need to come holler at you.
Yes.
You need to be on an FBI watch
list. You need to be on the watch list.
And I mean, it's a shame that it took 25 years for them to figure out that he was a perv. I mean,
we was telling people back when Biggie was alive. Yeah, we was telling people back when Biggie was alive. There's something wrong with this motherfucker. Suge Knight told him. Suge Knight told him.
Everybody was telling, everybody.
Suge Knight told him.
Because I mean, if you listen back in the years of, and they're showing it now, all of his old interviews, and during the time when you see him, there's like, something doesn't sound right.
Like Tyson,
I remember watching all of these interviews now when they were playing. Now that they're playing, I was, and at the time I was thinking, it's like something don't sound right.
I love
something's
Big,
off with that.
But Puffy always gave me the what in the fuck is going on with this dude. Like he was a little bit too enthusiastic to be all in the middle of fucking people's videos doing weird shit. That fucking dance. Like, hey man, hey.
Yeah.
Like get your weird. Like I'm over here for the Flavor in Your Ear remix. I don't need you in it, Puff. I don't. I need you got LL, you got Craig Mack, you got Biggie. You why are you here? You got Busta Rhymes. Why are you in here? Man, if you don't get your weird ass, stand over there.
Why are you in the background singing harmonies? Why are you
exactly?
Why you have to let people know that you are co-signing me and
bad boy,
right?
Come out and hey. Like he fucked up one of Biggie's best fucking 16. That fucking Flavor in Your Ear remix. A lot of people don't remember when he said, "Don't be mad, man. UPS is hiring." Biggie was killing it. LL killing it. Craig Mack killing it. Here come Puffy in the middle of it. Why are we looking at you?
Take that.
Bitch, you ain't spit a hot 4. If you don't get the fuck off my screen, I'm here.
Like everybody out there.
I'm here for
like
the
everybody
MCs.
out there spitting hot fire, and then here he comes.
Here he comes.
Take that.
If you don't take your ass out of here.
Dylan.
Everybody was out here just, I'm telling you, that Flavor in Your Ear remix is where I really started liking like Puffy. He's like, he had to do a remix. No, bitch, you didn't.
you had to do a remix, right?
You didn't have to do a motherfucking remix. You could have stayed the fuck home.
From Cambodia, yo.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like you could have stayed the fuck home. We were not asking for you to do a remix, Puffy. We was asking Craig Mack to do one, and then you did it. It's like, oh my god, he got L, he got Buster, he got Biggie, and here come Puffy.
Take that.
Get the fuck away, bye,
man,
get the fuck out. Like get the fuck away, go away. Stand your stupid ass in the corner. Apparently you like baby oil. Slide in a circle in the fucking corner while I'm sitting there listening.
Slide in the corner.
Like, come on, man. Like, we've been saying it. As fucked up as Suge Knight is, and trust me, that man ran over another man and killed him. That's why his ass is sitting in prison right now.
Yeah.
He is not the hero of this story, but he tried to tell y'all ass. If anybody want to be a star and want to stay a star, and don't want the executive producer to be all up in the video, all in the records, dancing, come to death row. Like, and we were all like, what does Suge know? Suge knew.
So
Suge knew. He was not
the thing is, well, with Suge though, he had that reputation already.
Yes.
That he'll hang a motherfucker out the window and won't give two flying fucks.
We should. I'm telling you, at that point, we really should have been honest with ourselves and said, okay, Suge is a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. He's a very large piece of shit. But he don't like Puffy. What are we missing?
Piece of shit.
Like a big, huge, open piece of shit. But he don't like Puffy. What are we missing? Like there should have been a deep dive right then and there. Like, hold up. He is a piece of shit. He is a human garbage disposal at 6'8" and just swole meat for no reason, always smoking a cigar. He don't like Puffy. What is going on? We should have had Barbara Walters do an investigation right the fuck there. Suge, what do you know about Puffy?
Okay.
We don't.
But no, I want to get into the other part. I'm gonna have Ziggy ask you some questions about the content, and then we're gonna dive into the wrestling part, and then that will take us to the next hour. We have
so we got 1 hour down. We got one more to go. Mm-hmm. All right, cool.
Yep.
So it would be kind of me and Chris would be remiss to have you guys on our platform and didn't kind of like pick y'all brains a little bit. This is more so on the content creator aspect of things as a podcaster, as a content creator for the both of you gentlemen. Mm-hmm. And the first two questions that I have is one, what made you want to get into content creating, to start your brand, to start doing what you're doing right now? And what are some points of advice you can give to other creators that are trying to find their place in this space? Whether that be, it doesn't have to be in a particular niche, but just in general as a podcaster or as a content creator.
Actually, I talked about this yesterday with, because yesterday I did I'm on another podcast that's called Rules of Inquisition, in which we talk about Star Trek. Yesterday we had a guest on. It was Tom McLaren. Mm-hmm. And one thing that he was mentioning was about, because he started his career because he's an actor and a writer and a producer. Mm-hmm. But he didn't start doing any of that until he was in his 40s. And with going in the entertainment field, generally people start when they're around in their 20s. You know, so his advice to give anybody that was wanting to, go into that creation aspect of it, of doing a podcast or going into a booth and dropping hot 8 bars or something like that, or anything. Mm-hmm. I know that is sometimes it's extremely easy, sometimes, but for the most part it's not. But you just have to take that leap of faith and do it. Mm-hmm. And that's one aspect of it. Now, I personally didn't get started with doing all the podcasting and content creating, anything like that. It was just on accident. I just started doing it just because when the pandemic hit, and honestly, I'm a mom's caregiver, and so just out of sometimes just because of to relieve the boredom, and so I don't fall into a deep depression, so I would just make a video, regardless of whether it was good or bad or indifferent. I just made something, or I would draw a picture and just post it on my Instagram, just anything. One day, I download a little app that's called TikTok. Just simply because of there was a certain former president that did not like TikTok. So I had to see what was going on about it. Needless to say, I'm wide-eyed, fresh-eyed, doughy-eyed, just scrolling through his newly formed TikTok street said that I just discovered because the orange president didn't like it. I come across this bald guy with glasses on and a beard that sort of looks like me. If I took a Super Mario mushroom.
The fuck?
What? What we
Where that
doing?
come from?
What we doing?
Jesus.
No, wrong one.
Oh, no, that's Sonic. My bad.
Right. No. It wasn't Sega. No.
Fuck.
I think that was meant to be a compliment though, Bishop, because you know you the.
It's just weird. That's all.
He said the mushroom though.
Exactly. They on drugs and shit.
Mushroom, man.
I can took that in so many different ways, but I'm a
That's a
Christian,
Super
by the
Mario
way.
mushroom, man. Yeah, be on shrooms.
He be doing that. He be doing that on purpose. And now I gotta sit here and look all.
Oh
We
my
do talk about
God.
me like that, man. Like now I feel like Shaq to Kobe and shit. Like he's my little brother, and you know I try to make sure you take care of him. Like, god damn, now I feel like Shaq. The fuck?
Damn, that's
No,
right.
but I see him and I just randomly send him DM one day, and then from there, just
That's what's up.
We have been
got
road
here.
dogs. Yeah.
it's like it was a domino. It was a whole domino effect of just shit that just happened,
Yep.
and now we're here.
We're here.
Right before Bishop goes, what is one thing if no one takes anything from you, angry IT nerd, being on the platform today, what is one message that you would take? I'm sorry, what is one message you would give to someone that's trying to do what you guys are doing?
Keep at it, whether it's good or bad. Just keep at it. Don't give up. You know, if it's something that you want to do and you're passionate about, it'll show. It'll show. You know, there's a learning curve. You're gonna hit bumps. You're gonna hit stumbles. You're gonna hit blocks. You're gonna have people that just not gonna want to have anything to do with you. Then you're gonna have some that's gonna open up every door for you. But you're not gonna know unless you just put yourself out there. You know, so don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep on pushing. Keep on learning. Keep on. You know, opportunity is there.
That's
It's
some
hard.
advice.
It's hard.
Sage advice.
It's not going to be. There's nothing. There's nothing promised that said it's going to be easy. It's going to be hard.
Indeed.
But you gotta stick with it. Gotta stick with it.
All
Appreciate
right.
you, man.
I will be so very serious right now.
Yes, sir.
I became a content creator because there was really nothing else left for me. I made my very first video, the very first video I ever made. My sister talked to me about TikTok. Before that, I had my little YouTube channel where I would do stuff called the Villains Rant. Basically, I just rant about something. And those videos are still up. I do them every once in a while. If I got something on my mind and I need a longer form than like 10 minutes, I will make a Villains Rant. I did one on TikTok. I did one. I've done a bunch of Villains Rants. So my older sister, my sister Linda, who she's 9.5 years older than me, and she is one of my like biggest cheerleaders, closest advisors, stuff like that. That's our relationship is kind of like that with us being the two oldest kids. She said, "Have you ever heard of TikTok?" I was like, "No, what the fuck is a TikTok?" And I was still in the military, but I was getting ready to get out. I was 2 months away from retirement.
Congrats on that, man.
Yeah, thank you. So she showed me where it was, and I went on a little app store and found it. And I saw people making videos about just random shit. So the first video I ever made was about the election. And it was basically, I said, I'm tired of carrying stupid people with us. I'm sick of never achieving any fucking thing because we got to keep circling back to go get the stupid people and bringing them along with us. The second video I made, and that was a good video. A couple of people, like I think I maybe like 4,000 or 5,000 people watched and liked the video. The second one I did was about the next day. after the election. They still hadn't had a winner or anything, but we had already known that
2016 or 2020?
2021. I mean 2020, excuse me.
Got
So
Okay.
yeah, so literally it was like 68 million people at the time had voted for Donald Trump, and I listed all the shit that he had done in 4 years. So that video blew the fuck up. And that was purely by accident. It wasn't like I was like, hey, promote it. No, I just said what the fuck I felt, and people kind of responded to it. My mother passed away this December of that same year, December 4th. And I was making videos regularly, but I wasn't really making them like to be a content creator. I was just making them because it was shit on my mind and I would just say shit. So the day my mother died, I had made a video earlier that day, and I was coming down to help her move, and she had passed away. So I made a video right before I went to her funeral. And the thing with me was I didn't want to be I'm playing a role. I was more along the lines of fuck it. I'm gonna say who the fuck I am. I'm almost in my 50s. I don't care. It's not like I'm going to. I didn't think I would ever get successful at the shit. I didn't. I was just a guy venting. That was all. I was regular guy, regular schmegular guy on the street venting. Right. So after my mom passed away, and I made the video the day of her funeral, I made one where I basically said, if you don't like gay people, don't marry a gay person. The end. And all of a sudden, I got people like Conscious Lee, who I had been following, but I didn't know it. I didn't know he was on TikTok. I had seen his videos off of Facebook and shit. All of a sudden, he's duetting with me. All these other people are duetting this one video, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? So when it got back to my sister, she was like, hey man, you're viral. I'm like, what is that? What does that mean? People are really liking your video. I'm like, okay, where? I'm on TikTok. No, people were showing it off on Twitter. And they were showing it off on Facebook. And I was like, holy fuck, I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now. So it was right after, because I retired in January of 2021. Mm-hmm. At that point, I was still dealing with the death of my mom. I was still dealing with my retirement. And we had COVID going on. So I was making 4 videos a day, right? And people really started to react. I started getting DMs. I got one from Elijah Griswold Morris, who was over in England. He used to be Outcast. Now he's Professor Moriarty. Him and I, we went at each other at one point. And he reached out to me, and we realized we were kind of more on the same page than we thought. So we kind of got together, we bonded. Angry reached out to me. He was like, hey man, I made something for you. What? Because the idea of the Villains Guild came from me and Elijah. And Angry comes up with a fucking symbol that looks like the Superman shield, but it said VG in it. And I was like, yo man, I really like this. So him and I bonded. We did have a friend. We don't talk about him anymore. He was another one. I bonded with 2 sisters. One is named Sour Latte. And another sister named What Jay Said, but she's like an accomplished writer and shit like that. So that was where the formation of the Villains Guild came from. It was 6 of us. It was just the 6 of us at first, right? And our whole thing was at first was we just tell people what they really genuinely need to hear. I don't have a secret. And people have asked me over and over, how did you get to where you are? I've always said the same 3 things that are the foundation for what the Villains Guild are. I'm authentic. This is not an act. When I like something, I fucking like something. When I don't like something, I don't like it. I'm not playing a character. There is no daylight whatsoever between Thomas the Villain Bishop and Thomas McCormick, who is who I really am. There's no daylight. They're the same fucking person. One just has a platform. The other one is a father, a husband, a brother, a son, there's no daylight. So authenticity was the first thing that I did. Telling the truth. I realized that even if a story I'm about to tell you makes me look like shit, tell it anyway. Because it might be a lesson somebody else needs. And the third thing was, Fighting for those who cannot fight for themselves. We noticed that bullying was happening a lot. When TikTok, when I first got on TikTok, and Angry will tell you, bullies were all over the place. They were making fun of George Floyd. They were making fun of Breonna Taylor. So still
wrong.
Yeah, still
going on.
Still. Yeah. So our thing was, fuck them bullies. Like, we gonna fight their ass back. And I got a lot, like, my political takes were getting angry people coming after me. Mm-hmm. But when we started fighting back against these motherfuckers, it got worse. So that was there is no, to me, I don't have a secret. I don't have this, wow, this is what it happened. No, it's simply a matter of when that camera comes on, I'm still the same fucking person. I still, my wife is mad at me because I haven't put a shed together in the backyard. My dog, I have an old dog. He's an angry piece of shit, and he pisses and shits on my damn patio, and I got to clean it up all the time. I still like comic books. I still have over 5,000 comic books, but everything that people look at and say, wow, this is incredible. It's simply a matter of me just being myself. The biggest secret I could give anybody is don't fucking fake it. If you're a nerd, be a fucking nerd. If you are a geek, be a geek. If you know what I mean? Like, if there's something you like and you're passionate about it, talk about it. But don't talk about it from the standpoint of, here, I'm the character, you see the camera and that. If you notice, some of the worst motherfuckers on social media are trying to play somebody else. I'm not. I am not. I am.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I am as fucked up. I'm as fucked up and as flawed as I was since day one. I tell people all the time, I wasn't a good friend. I always haven't been a good father. I was a piss poor father. I always haven't been a good husband. I wasn't a good son. I haven't been a good friend to a lot of people. Some folks will never hear from my black ass again, and they know why. Some people, I do need to, hey, I'm sorry. Remember that shit that happened? My bad. I'm sorry. I'm humble about this shit. No matter how big of a platform I get, I'm still the same fucking person. 4 years later, into this million follower TikTok, I still don't give a shit about. It's like it's not like I don't care about the followers. I care about what I put out there. And I say it all the time, fuck the messenger, are you getting the message? If there's something I'm passionate about, I'm going to say it. And if it means I end up looking like shit in the process, I'm okay with it because at least the lesson is learned. I've been saying men ain't shit since fucking 2000. Okay, so it ain't shit for me to go, hey, men are fucking up. Why are we fucking up? How come we can't get this shit straight? We're fucking up. Because it doesn't affect me. I'm not trying to be the popular guy. Like, when people talk about how many followers I got on TikTok, it makes me like uncomfortable because I'm not there for that. Like, one of the things about the guild, the Villains Guild has like over 50 members. But one of the things that the six of us said in the beginning was, one monkey doesn't stop a show. So if I die or I make the guild look bad, I will leave. And the only thing we do is the next one up becomes one of the six. The heart of the guild starts with the six. We're not the leaders because there is no leaders in the guild. We just so happen to remind everybody else that's in it what the fuck it is that we're doing. Our job, we are like, if you read Green Lantern comics, the Guardians are the little blue people. They're the ones that give out the rings, right? They're not the leaders. They just give out the rings. Hey, here's a sector. You got a ring. Take your ass over there. You learn. The Corps itself, the Green Lantern Corps itself, trains people how to be ring slingers, and then they teach them, to fight their fears. That's what the six of us represent in the Villains Guild. We're not there to lead. We're not. I have the biggest platform. And then people are like, well, it's your name. And yeah, but anybody can be a villain. Anybody. If you decide to enough is enough, I'm not sitting on this bullshit. I'm going to say what the fuck I feel. And I don't give a fuck if anybody likes it or not. You just became a villain. You really just became people create villains every day because we look at what is considered a hero and they ain't shit. Oh, Jim Jordan's a hero. You mean the guy that did this, that, and the third? So the villain is always going to be me, and it's literally not about me or Angry or Professor Moriarty. It's not about us. We're just there to remind everybody that comes in, this is what the fuck we stand for. And if we see that your ass is over here doing other shit, we'll tell you you're fucking up.
Accountability.
Yes. So it's like you're not. Yeah.
The biggest thing with us is accountability. Yeah.
Absolute fucking. I've always said that. Now it's not about, hey, look at me. That's why my platform, I could lose. I've told people I could lose TikTok tomorrow. My shit could get banned. I could open the app one day and be banned. And I've already told them, because I've had a fucking thing banned 4 times in 4 years. If it happens again, don't revive it. Don't send a fucking email. Don't call nobody. Let that bitch die, because it will have served the purpose. But the fight is still the fucking fight. It doesn't mean that I'm off social media. It just simply means, hey, some people didn't like what the fuck I was saying, so they tried to get rid of my ass. So, and I'm perfectly okay with that, because again, I go back to what I started off with. This is me. I am me with every quirk that I have, the friends that I have that I've made through TikTok, and Angry is one of them. We ain't perfect. I never asked you to be perfect. I asked you to be your authentic fucking self. If that means, hey, I really need help in this, that, and the third, I'm gonna try to help you as much as possible. If you need a boot in the ass, goddamn it, I'm gonna put a boot in your ass. If you need somebody that I'm your biggest cheerleader. I will be the motherfucker out there cheering my ass off for you. But at the exact same time, I will expect accountability from you. If you were looking to be in social media for fame, you're doing it wrong. If you were trying to make a difference in the fucking world, you have just became a villain. Congratulations. So there's my secret. I'm sorry, I mean to ramble, but literally. That's it.
This is Jim's.
Yeah, because I've always wanted to know about your backstory. I'm like, okay, I see all of these flowers. I see, you in these big political spaces, and what I'm saying, like, I want to learn so much from you. So like, I didn't, because this is me when I first met you. I was like, who in the hell is this big mouth motherfucker? But I like him. Who is he? Like, and I've been hearing about you because I met you in Asha space. And I'm like, dude's cool in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna make it my business to get to know him and his backstory or whatever. And now present day, me and you are actually doing a podcast or whatever. And I'm, like I said, for me, I'm humble. I am humbled because it's not every day that like I actually like came across one of the people that I am a big fan of, and like doing a podcast with you and IT, because I really feel that you guys have really did something special. And it really encouraged me, because you say authentic, being autistic or not authentic. Yeah, I'm trying to find that word. Authentic. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, being authentic, that's what I wanted to be, and I wanted my platform to be the same. And like, every time I try to do something right, and I try to like, fight the good fight, it's like something is always getting in my way. Something is blocking me. Something is blocking my goal. And Ziggy will tell you, these past 2 years on TikTok has been very trying, but I just said I have to keep pushing harder. People are going to people attack me for just being gay. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, but at the same time, I have to have that shield of like, listen, I've been called worse. People have threatened my life, but then at the same time, I know why I'm here, and I can't let someone throw me off of what I'm, what I was destined to do. And that's why I look at you, Tom. It's like you is like one of the ones where I really look up to, and like say, like, listen, if he can do it, I can do it as well. And people need to understand, do not look at someone's followers and be envious of them. Look
No.
at something where you can learn from, build from, and that might be you
Be
tomorrow.
inspired by it.
Yes,
Be inspired.
you
Yeah.
have to. You got to remember that the people that last in anything are the ones that do the fucking work and are still humbled by it. Like it's not. I tell you, when I got 5,000 followers, I was humble as shit. I made a video about like 5,000 of y'all love me. I still do that. If I ever make it past 2 million, I'm gonna cry. I'm a dead ass cry because y'all don't have to be here. You know what I mean? Like I am not saying anything that you haven't heard a politician or a rapper or a fucking entertainer say. I'm just saying it in a way that is authentic to me. I paint my nails. I have been painting my nails. I was painting my nails before I went back into on acting. It's not. I did it to honor a friend that I lost to suicide, and I did it because it was my outward. It was my outward way of showing the pain that I was going through from losing my friend. I had lost my father the year before. I had lost the 2 uncles earlier that year, and then I had committed suicide. So it was like I didn't want to. I didn't want to like shelter myself from the world. So I said, what's the easiest way? I'll paint my fingernails. I've always wore hoop earrings. It's always been a thing. But at the same time, when I went back to it was a celebration. It was embracing everything that I used to be. When I first got out of the military, I deconstructed every part of my life. What is it that I can take? What is it that I can leave? And that's what I realized. That was the freest moments where I was actually being as authentic as possible. People are like, oh my God, a black guy with black fingernails. Yeah. And I get more shit from that from men than anybody. And I still do it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to be, you know what I mean? Like I've inspired other people to do it. And I don't go, look at me. I just say, hey, are you being your honest self? Chris, you're a gay man. Be a gay man. Talk about love. Talk about loss. Who in the fuck? Well, how you a black gay man? Who gives a fuck? Are you trying to date me? If not, get the fuck out of my face. That's what you have to be honest to yourself. You can't fake this. Angry IT Nerd is the smoothest motherfucker I know. The absolute 100%, one of the smoothest motherfuckers I know. He is like Kentucky bourbon that has just been in a fucking barrel for like 200 years. He's smooth as a motherfucker.
I'm extremely awkward, but I embrace my awkwardness. So
and you're dead inside.
Yes. So you have to be your true self. Nobody.
It helps being dead inside.
Yeah. I like wrestling. I like comics. I like comic book movies. I play video games. I am very, very political. I fight for black folks. And I'm married to a white wife. How can you be both? Bitch, I'm born black. I'm pro-black just from getting up in the morning. Nothing about my life screams I'm doing this just because I want the clout. I don't give a fuck about clout. I'm too old for it. I've had my shit. Joyanne Reed from MSNBC has posted my shit. Leslie Jones. Joyanne Reed follows me. Leslie Jones follows me. DL Hughley follows me. I know a couple of politicians follow me, but it's like they're only there because I'm not trying to pretend to be anybody other than me. I am. I don't hang out with people who are not authentic. Angry is authentic. What Jay said is authentic. Tiger Bomb's authentic. These people are authentic to me. They inspire me to maintain the person that I am. And I'm looking at them doing the same fucking thing. So if you are being yourself, there's your secret. You might not, you know what I mean? Like, you might not get 1 million followers. Or at least not. It took me 3 years being banned 4 times. It took me 3 years to get where I'm at right now. Because I have one account. I had 2, but the other one was where I was talking about comics. I ain't got like 25 of them motherfuckers. I have 1. I got 1 account, and I post maybe 3 or 4 times a day. about whatever the fuck I want to post about. And be damned the consequences. I go after anybody I want to because there's nothing you can do to me. The greatest feeling you will ever get as a content creator is when you have absolutely nothing to lose and you can talk about whatever the fuck you want. That when you know the only consequences are your own, damn what everybody else thinks, it is the greatest feeling ever. Like I said, been a piss poor father, been a piss poor husband, haven't been the greatest brother, wasn't really the greatest son. I did my job as in the military, but I'm me. I'm gonna be me in the morning. This is not an act. I have a professional name. Thomas the Villain Bishop is my professional name. Thomas Edward McCormick is my personal name. They are the same fucking person. It's just, camera's on, gotta be Thomas Bishop. Well, not gotta be. Oh, here's the professional part. I turn that shit off, go to bed. I am Thomas all the fucking time. There is no daylight between the two. I just have a professional fucking name. You want a secret? Be your motherfucking self. And if nobody likes it, fuck them. You will never know who you inspire. I get messages all the fucking time about people. They say I inspire. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't know.
Well, see, and here's the thing, and I'm gonna say it like this because, and I told Thomas this years ago, because he is the one that truly inspired me to do more and to kind of break away from and try embracing who I am, like truly, because I was really, really bad about people pleasing. Just the absolute it was so bad that sometimes is that you couldn't believe what I said because I would just say something just because I would think that's what you wanted to hear. But with knowing Thomas and then seeing his videos, and it gave me that courage to say, you know what? No, I'm not doing that. No, I don't like that. But no, I do have an opinion, and my opinion is different than yours.
But that's powerful, though, bro. That's really powerful.
So with doing that and everything, and it was freeing. Like it just felt. I don't know what other way to say it. It's like you heard the cliches of, it felt like weight's been lifted. It was, weight's off my back. Yada yada, all that stuff, but. It just felt free. It just felt free. Just knowing that, okay, there's some people that's going to get mad because I say no, and that's always been happening, and that's always going to happen because that's just how it is.
Yeah, and I
don't have to cave in just because they just really, really want it that bad. I don't have to say yes.
Fuck them.
I could just simply just as easy block their ass rather than having to keep
go back and forth
and just hoping that this is going to be the time or this is going to be the way, or I have to do this, or I don't have to do that shit.
Right.
Because at the same time, and this is basically going to segue into the wrestling part. First of all, Ziggy, let's give these men a standing ovation.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes, please. So I'm going to say this, like, you guys are very humble, but you guys are a true inspiration, especially in the TikTok community. And I would have never approached you, Thomas, or you, IT, if I didn't want to work with you guys. And I do want to work on different projects with you guys because I really think that you guys are some very powerful figures, and I see where you guys are going, and I can't wait to see what the next chapter leads for you guys. So For me and Ziggy, you guys like I said, you guys fucking rock, and like I'm just really, I really appreciate the gems you dropped tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys need to follow them on social media. I'm telling you, follow Thomas. Matter of fact, Thomas, where can they find you on? Matter of fact, your shit down below.
Yeah, we're kind of all over everywhere at this point. Our YouTube channel is Ghost Claw Productions Radio. Myself, Angry, and a very crack team of human beings run a radio station that you can listen to on gcpr.live. My TikTok handle is Thomas the Villain Bishop. Angry's TikTok handle is the Angry IT Nerd. You can find us on Instagram. What the fuck?
Everywhere,
Instagram,
pretty much. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch.
Yep.
Trovo. I don't even know why you even got a Trovo.
Listen, I'm trying to figure out Trovo. Okay, I'm gonna get my black ass back on Trovo, but I don't know.
We stream on Trovo every week. I mean,
we just put your link. We just put your link in the comments. Thank you.
I'm putting that LinkedIn.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
So everywhere they need to find you, we put the link right there.
Yeah.
Like we
everywhere you can
really
find it, right in there.
Trovo. Yeah, I need to find out why Trovo. Like I'm Trovo literate, so I don't know what's going on in Trovo. Maybe somebody can help me. I don't know. Just saying.
Okay.
Trovo.
So let's get into. Okay, so everybody, remember, after the show, I'm going to be doing a cookout because I was supposed to do a cookout yesterday and I didn't get a chance to. But
I ain't want to say.
But I want to discuss some things with you guys. I think we got like 15 more minutes before we end the show because I know you guys
got 15 more minutes.
Yeah, okay. So like, we gonna get through this a little bit quick. First of all, let me talk about
one thing, Chris, if you don't mind me jumping in right quick. Sean wants to tell Bishop and Angry, first time hearing about these guys, great interview. So
thank you.
Appreciate that.
No, I'm so serious, Sean. Like, when I tell you, I've known Bishop for almost a year now. I've known IT for a couple weeks, and these two are fucking phenomenal. Check out Thomas, his coffee show, The Sound of Coffee.
Every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And
you will not be sorry.
You'll definitely be entertained. You will laugh.
I'm trying not to use the hard F every morning because Angry hates that shit. He's like,
I'm sure it's pretty funny when he says something. And
I'm sorry, man.
He's like, oh, no profanity before 8 a.m.
every morning.
And it's not an F, it's a PH.
Yeah, it just listen, our Friday's flag on the play
every morning. It's
every morning. But we're gonna try something new. Like, we're gonna start giving away tumblers and shit for Flag on the Play Friday. It's like, because
I'm here.
We just wait. We just take 5 days.
So no, we need to just change the language to be 10 a.m. instead of 8.
Man.
So that way you can still be able to cuss, and I won't flip out and say, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?"
I'm trying, man.
Or they can censor you.
They could. But see, that's the thing. Our shit is an internet radio station. They can't censor us. The rule is actually the shit we put in.
The rule is his. The rule is his. That he breaks his own rule.
If you had a soundboard, you could censor yourself.
Well, see, the thing is, Chris, that's the type of bull that I be talking about, bro. Like, the guys are on here, they trying. You got
exactly type of shit, right?
And for simple stuff like that, it does have that on that one I sent you.
Or like
it has USB-C.
Where do I plug it into? Okay,
USB-C, man, and it has the cords that I sent you.
Like I said,
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna fucking try it. I'm gonna try it. I promise you, because one morning I'm gonna come in with my own damn laugh track and shit. Like, listen, if I can record into this shit, do you understand how many jingles I done made on the fucking Sound of Coffee?
Hey,
like, listen, I'm gonna vote for my vote for Trump shit is the shit. Listen, I'm gonna vote for Trump. I'm gonna vote for Trump.
Shout out to
Ain't got a tooth in my motherfucking hand.
Yeah, see, this is the guy that told my wife what to get me for Christmas. So shout out.
Oh yeah, that's another.
He's the reason I got
there.
this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try it. I doubt my wife. My wife is gonna look at me like, if you don't sit your monkey ass.
But it's dope.
Like it is. I'm sitting there looking. I'm sitting there looking at the prices. I'm like, yeah, maybe I can get the wife to do it. And then, like, I really want to, because she's right in the other room. I want to go, hey, babe, would you buy me this? And watch her reaction, which is she's just going to walk out the room. She ain't even going to say shit. She's going to look at me like, man, if you don't hustle and, like, sell some of them fucking comic books, the fuck is the matter with you? I ain't buying that shit.
Now, this one part is going to really cuss people. I really want to just get this shit out.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Chris. My bad, bro.
No, you good. So the Lucha Bros. See, these motherfuckers, they sat up here and was like, every fucking news article, this is when I'm going to really become a nigga. So you have this person, that person, this person, then you have all the moist booty motherfuckers out there. Talking about, yeah, the Lucha Bros, eat.
It won't mean shit.
And they've been saying this shit for the past 3 fucking weeks.
It won't mean shit. I'm telling you right now. As
much as everybody loves
the Lucha Brothers, I'm telling you right the fuck now, they're gonna be stalwarts in NXT because they're gonna be like, hey,
clear that they do not want to go to NXT. They do not want to go to NXT.
They cannot want to go. They cannot one hand and shit together and see which one gets filled first. I'm telling you, they're going.
What you don't want to do?
Look here, whether it's NXT or main roster, they're gonna start out strong, just to be established that it's the Lucha Bros, the Lucha Bros. They'll get a couple wins, and then after that,
you know what? They will get a tag team title run. I will promise you, they will get a tag team title run. It'll probably be the Raw tag team titles, but they're gonna have to improve because number one, the WWE
and him constantly injuring people and ways like that.
Injure a motherfucker on WWE and see what the fuck happens. You listen, your brother. You until you can learn how to flip, get your ass down to NXT. They're gonna be gone. I'm telling you, it's the same thing I feel about Miro. Miro's gonna want to come back and pick up his Rusev shit. Mm-hmm. Where the fuck?
Just like with Andrade.
Yeah. Yes, but see,
absolutely.
The thing about Andrade, and this is why I love Andrade. I saw that match with him and LA Knight the other night. Fucking fantastic match.
It was nice.
It was the best of 7 series that he's gonna end up having with Carmelo Hayes. That's a good place for him. I can see him winning maybe the IC title. He might get a chance to run get a real strong push for the World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a great match. He ain't gonna win it. Andrade's biggest thing right now is his promos.
Andrade,
that's where he's
wants
weakest
to be
at.
fucking difficult.
That's a good point.
He does. Yeah. Andrade will not get a strong push until he gets somebody to speak for him. Because I'm telling you right now, that man, they need to put her back. Because Andrade opens his mouth. Listen, I was not prepared. He needs
somebody to speak for him.
Listen, when he opened his mouth in AEW, I almost fell out the fucking chair laughing. I was like, yo, son. I'm like, the whole time he was in NXT, never spoke. Never said a fucking word.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this motherfucker's really this shit. They get him over to AEW. They had his ass butt naked out there. And that motherfucker opened his mouth in front of a microphone. I was like, ooh.
It's like, whoa.
Not butt naked. That's funny.
Fucking Roosh did the same thing. Roosh was a monster.
Roosh is even worse.
Y'all remember when everybody thought Mike Tyson's voice was deeper? You saw Mike Tyson just putting people's foreheads.
You see him decimating people. You think that he's going to walk. He's going to be like,
my pilot Mike.
And then he opens up his mouth and
say, hey, listen, guys. I don't like the way that you're doing this.
Like, Mike, just punch people.
Yo, Mike,
Mike, just hit people in the face, Mike.
I need you to do this.
Just don't do that no more. And I mean, seriously, he's gonna. It's the same. Ricky Starks is gone.
Ricky, they need to stop. They need to stop talking about Ricky Starks because, like, first of all, I don't understand how a fan base is going to sit here and be obsessed with a person that you don't even watch. That's my whole thing. If you don't watch AEW, then why in the fuck you so invested in the Lucha Bros? Why in the fuck you so invested in Ricky Starks? That's the problem that I don't understand.
The biggest downfall of tribalism is this. You don't want to see a guy succeed if he has to succeed someplace else. Tribalism, there was never tribalism in the old days. There wasn't.
That's what,
because you were just as easily going to be a WWE fan if WCW did something fucked up.
Correct.
Remember when Tony Schiavone said, "Yeah, I gotta put the belt on Mankind. That'll put butts in seats." And what did everybody do? Click. Mankind. The idea of tribalism back in the day was ridiculous. Now you had favorite wrestlers in different companies, but there was no tribalism. And I'm sorry, and I'll be the fucking first person to say it. Vince McMahon, Tony Khan are responsible for where we are right the fuck now. Because my whole thing is, if Ricky Starks can succeed in WWE where he didn't succeed in AEW, everybody and their grandmother need to be happy. You should be like, yo, we are really seeing Ricky because Ricky's the shit. True. Or if the Lucha Bros can do something in WWE that they weren't able to do in AEW, or vice versa. Fucking Bryan Danielson's been over there killing it. Right? Killing it, right? You root for the wrestler. You do not root for the fucking company. Who the fuck? Whoever. You ever seen
that's
a person,
what you're saying. It's like, I mean, just because years ago, even in the 90s, we were fans of the wrestlers, not the company.
And my injury has not changed. It has not shifted. I mean, it's just, people in 2024 are that thing called delayed. They are delayed. They're slow. They're slow as fuck. Because it's like, I know I'm going sometimes, I'll be going at 100 miles per hour, but sometimes I do slow down. But I don't slow down for this shit because, like, I'm still a wrestling fan from when I was in the 90s. But the problem is that they feel that by being trash online, they think that they're doing WWE justice. Now, the thing about this with WWE, and we don't like to talk about this shit, is that WWE is counter-programming a lot. But none of us is talking about this shit.
They're supposed to.
Not necessarily.
Okay, no, but hold on. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you exactly why I say that. Okay? You never see a motherfucker wearing a Jerry Jones jersey. You have never in the history of your motherfucking life seen a Dallas Cowboy fan with a Jerry Jones jersey on. You know why? Because Jerry Jones is the fucking owner. He ain't got a yard in shit. That motherfucker ain't never ran for a yard. And if he did, he'd get his ass blown the fuck up. You are a fan of the team, but you're a fan of a person on the team. The jersey has your favorite player. Yes, the teams are going to counter-program because guess what they're trying to do? Eyeballs. So WWE has been doing this shit since Vince Sr., right? Okay, so we get it. AEW's the new kid on the block. They did it against WCW. They did it against TNA. They did it against ECW. True. You were to expect this. But, and this is the key, this is the part that I want AEW fans to understand. If your shit is good, people will come. I'm telling you. I always say it in drug dealer parlance. I always say it in drug dealer parlance. Yeah, I am. I always say this in drug dealer parlance. The cocaine comes from the same place. All of it. Same fucking place. So when it gets on the boat or however it gets to America, that 1 kilo is from the same place. You got 100 kilos. All of them come from the same plant. Right? So they go out on the streets. Here's a key. Here's 10 keys. Here's this, that, and third. Right? You're going to chop it up the same way. You're going to cook it in the rock the same way. There's no magical elixir. You can't cook crack on a goddamn Foreman grill. I know what's his face said that shit, Jadakiss, but it's not possible. The fiends on the street are still smoking the same rock from the same place, right? How do you get fiends to buy your shit over somebody else's? It's what you put in it. Some people put rat poison. Some people put baby laxative. Some people will put milk, right? It's all the same dope. We're all watching wrestling, right? If you put some shit in the ring that makes whatever the fuck over there they're doing look pale, you get eyeballs. Tony Khan is trying to play an arms race. Well, WWE, I'm gonna go don't.
But that's not fair because
I'm not saying it is not fair. It is a business. It's not show business.
But at the problem is because I always have these arguments with WWE fans. WWE fans is always quick to say that, oh well, we got the bloodline, we got this. Listen, you have 50-year head start.
Yes, and guess what?
Hold on. But this company has only been here for 5 years.
And
why are you acting like you got Lil Dick energy?
And that's the thing, because they are a business. Now,
I get the business.
Hold on, wait a minute.
But once again,
you're
not supposed to look at this company over here.
And
this
that's
company
the thing.
is beneath you.
They don't look at, because if you notice, they don't look at the wrestlers and say, okay, that MJF guy over there is hot. Let's find a young. No. Yes, they do have the bloodline. Yes, they do have Gunther. Yes, they do have Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. How do you beat that? You make those fucking stars. MJF is a diamond in the goddamn rough right now. He is the hottest fucking wrestler, period, right? I'm not saying put the show around. Not. I am, however, saying if you got a Ricky Starks, you got a Powerhouse Hobbs, you got a Wardlow, you got the Lucha Bros, you got okay, so you went and got some WWE talent. Okay, you got a Swerve Strickland, right? You have the best wrestler on the planet today in Bryan Danielson. What you do, it goes back to the crack analogy. 10 blocks down the line, there's another crew that's pulling out the same fucking dope from the same kilo, right? But what you naming your shit? What's making your shit hot? You over there telling them, hey, they got that bullshit over there. We got this WMD. We got this we got this hot shit. Same dope, same crack, same fucking crack. But it's different than what's down the street, though, ain't it? Because the people down the street gonna call it one thing, you gonna call it another thing. It's all wrestling. It's four ring turnbuckles, 3 ropes, a referee, same wrestling moves. Make your shit undeniable, and you ain't gotta worry about that shit down there. Because WWE fucks with AEW. Yes, 50 years versus 5. They fuck with them. And the reason they fuck with them is because of Tony Khan's ego. If Tony Khan sat his monkey ass in the top and let the wrestlers wrestle, I'm telling you.
You saying that they don't let them wrestle, Thomas?
I'm not saying that they don't. I'm saying they do. But Tony Khan has to put his 2 and 3 and 5 cents in it. Will Ospreay is Dave Meltzer's new anointed one, right? Right. Hold on, wait.
Dave Meltzer.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Nobody should give a fuck about Dave Meltzer.
I mean, that's like, it's strange that you got people calling him a fucking uncle. He's not welcome to the
He's not. He's not welcome to shit. People literally should be telling Dave Meltzer, hey, Dave,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, let Will Ospreay do Will Ospreay. They should have said the same thing when he was all on Kenny Omega's nuts. Hey, Dave, Kenny's in the ring. We can see him.
Nuts, I ain't gonna lie.
We can
9 stars.
We don't need Dave going, they're psychologically. Dave, if you don't sit your fucking ass down over in that motherfucking corner,
write your
keep
article.
your fucking mouth shut. Write your fucking article. You don't need AEW does not need cheerleaders.
Sit down, shut up, and enjoy the goddamn
they don't
show.
Need your
they don't need
They don't need your sonic rings.
No, they don't need cheerleaders, and they damn sure don't need the owner of the company being the biggest defender of the product. God damn it, let the product live as the product. No crackhead has ever smoked crack with the crack dealer standing behind him going, "It good, ain't it? It good, ain't it? It big dope. It big dope. It don't good, ain't it?"
That's a good
No,
point.
motherfucker. Can I
Can I enjoy it?
I just want to enjoy my crack. That's it.
There you go. We got to get out of here because we got a whole nother show.
I know.
Yeah,
You guys go ahead.
Hey,
you guys have been very, very awesome. Please, once again, follow them on all social media platforms.
We got to do this again. We got to start a show here, finish it on Superplex Park. We have got to do this.
Absolutely, yeah.
Listen,
we'll call this part one.
Part one.
Yeah, I like it.
Now the next time we gonna be all
all wrestling, nothing but wrestling. Because we tend to not interview. We gonna let y'all. We gonna let y'all cook. But goddamn it, we gonna talk about this wrestling. We got to go do another show. So
yeah,
Andrew, I'll see you in like 2 minutes. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all. Yeah, everybody take care. Have a good
night. Take it easy, y'all.
Come on, that's them, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all for your time, man. I know they kind of had a hard out.
I know, and that's like I was looking at the clock.
This cool.
Damn shit,
man.
Yeah.
Some good gems. Look, I got just like we talked about in our little production meeting. Look, we got some clips.
Yes. Everybody,
that
was a preview. They already talked about doing part 2. So that's the Suplex Party podcast.
Superplex.
But I say suplex. I said Superplex. You know what I'm saying? But
so you know how they have a super kick party? They have a Superplex
party. Right.
Yeah, and y'all the icon is on the top left. If y'all look for that icon whenever y'all looking for that platform. These guys didn't have to do this.
They didn't.
They have 1,000 other things that they could be doing.
Yes.
As you've seen, Bishop, he has his hands in a lot of pots.
Yes,
this is why whenever people come on our platform, I don't care if they're here for 2 minutes. You know, we appreciate that and we respect that, you know, immensely. You know, one thing that you can't get back if you give to someone is your time. Time is of the essence, and time is precious. So,
and the main thing that
we appreciate it, man.
And the main thing that me and Ziggy wanted to do tonight, we wanted to showcase these are the people that
Tone.
We've been working with on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I've been doing my due diligence and building up our brand, and the more and more we've been building up our brand, more and more people we connect. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. As a matter of fact, our Discord is growing daily.
Yes, I know it is.
It's been growing.
Bro, we even added. We got requests to add channels such as traveling, sports, gaming, food. Yep. I'm like,
matter of fact, we about to do. We're doing a live cookout at All In Texas. One of our friends from TikTok, he's actually going to be helping us host it at his house, and we're going to be live at All In, and we're going to be doing a barbecue. Cool. So we're, like I said, we doing this shit everybody.
So a live show at a true cookout.
At true cookout, which we was talking about doing for like the longest, but I'm just like really, really fucking happy because like our brand has gotten bigger, like our following, it's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And like I said, once again, I want to give your flowers, Ziggy, because like you've been helping me stay the course. You've been like really just guiding me and just saying, Chris, just stay focused. Do not change what you're doing, other than the language. But you know what I'm saying, like, but still, like, I mean, once again, like this is a dream come true for me because this is all I've wanted to do. As a matter of fact, 4 years ago, I told you, I was like, bro, the one thing that I wanted to
do. It's been 4 years.
Bro, right. That part, you know what I'm saying? Almost 5. But yeah, it's like the one thing that me and you agreed on is like we wanted to build a community. And I think
that's true.
We have accomplished that and then some. So that's why I'm happy to work with Thomas and Angry Nerd again. This is once again, this is part 2. which we're going to be doing, and we're going to bring on the guys. We just wanted just to do this environment because it was like 2-on-2. Give them little, you know what I'm saying? Give them an introduction of like, you know, what our show is. Now they want to do another show, but this time is T.O. going to be there? The question is, are you going to be there, motherfucker? Are you?
The question ain't been asked because you talk about T.O. always be talking about putting raisins.
Listen, I don't listen. That shit is weird. I mean, that shit is weird. I'm like, listen.
Yeah, you definitely gotta watch the potato salad.
I don't give a damn if you nicking knees or if you in between. I don't give a damn. You ain't putting no damn raisins, nuts in my fucking potato salad. I wasn't raised on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what T.O. got that from.
Yeah,
it was like at first we was like, okay, haha. It was like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, wait, hold on, bro. Hold on.
Like, I'm serious too. Like, that is some weird ass shit. Like, I know that you was in Nebraska or whatever you came from, but bro, we don't do that over here.
Y'all thought he was joking.
You know
he was
like, I thought he was joking at first, but you know,
like, nah,
but no, this has been a dope ass podcast. Everybody, remember to share, like, put it on your social media platform. Next week is, man, we are halfway to 300 episodes.
Yeah, 270.
Oh my god! Like, man, oh my god, dude, this is crazy.
Been growing, and look. After the show, we got if y'all want to hang out with us after the show on TikTok, we have a post. Look, we have a post. So you know, after the pay-per-views, they have the post show scrums and different things like that.
Yes.
Smart,
I have not forgot about you. Your birthday was yesterday. I do have something special for you. So if you are still here, yes,
heel horns.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go in, make my dinner. It shouldn't even take me that long. I'll probably be back online close to 12, like 9 o'clock ish. Maybe might be a little bit sooner than that. But once again, Ziggy, thank you so much for coming on the show with me and doing this awesome interview. Oh yeah, don't forget the tags. Tags. We didn't do the tags, or I can do it. I can just upload it. But yeah, everybody, come to the cookout. Come to the cookout around about 9 o'clock or whatever. When I come online, just come online or whatever. And I won't be muted. And I'm mad that Zelina Vega came on my fucking stream and I couldn't say nothing.
You missed it.
Pissed off.
I don't know.
So pissed off.
Zelina Vega came in this man's. Zelina Vega. When y'all go back and watch the replay, Zelina Vega popped up in this man's live, and his mic was muted.
I'm so pissed. When I tell you, like, bro, like, listen, all I want y'all to do, show up at the cookout, 9 o'clock Central.
Which makes sense because she is on Twitch. She is a content creator herself. So,
oh my god,
it's all good, bro. But see, look. But look, we learn from it, and we're gonna know what to do if something like that happens.
Yeah, stay unmuted. Yeah, the fuck. That's some delayedness shit. That's I'll put that on me. That was very delayed. But
accountability. Look at that.
Right. Yay! Accountability.
Man,
accountability.
Why would they auto mute me? Why would they? I'm playing TikTok.
Oh my god! But everybody, we'll see you guys next week. Once again, please subscribe to all of our
I would have risked it all. Not 8
and also, check out our merch store on Pro Wrestling Tees.
We have a Pro Wrestling Tees store. Yes.
Pro Wrestling Tees store is #Hills for Life Wrestling Podcast. Until that time, I am your host, one of the hosts, Mr. Team Brinket,
and I am Ziggy the Beast, and this was episode 269 of the #Hills for Life, where we interview Thomas Bishop and the Angry IT Nerd. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Same podcast time, same podcast channel.
Now, everybody.
Ain't nothing sweet around here. It's all kosher.